welcome to ZTN Sports Daily, where you get the latest story from the world of sport, and we have plenty coming your way. Today on the show, US-based Zim footballer TENDAI JIRIRA eager for an opportunity with the Warriors. Now, Zimbabwe women rugby player DEBRA TETERAI gives us her experiences in Poland. We scour the wacky and exciting sports stuff on social media. And we'll look at the top 4 and relegation battle in the English Premier League. My name is Lance Chande and you are watching Sports Daily here on ZTN. First up, we talk football. Now, Chelsea further strengthened their position in the Premier League's top 4 with a 3-2 victory over Crystal Palace last night. At third on the log, the position puts them 5 points clear of 5th placed Manchester United, who have a game in hand with 55 points. Leicester's 1-1 draw with Arsenal means they are now 4th with 59 points. Now today, second place Manchester City face Newcastle. Sheffield United are at home against Wolves. West Ham face Burnley, while Brighton host the champions Liverpool, who are chasing a record of the highest points in a season. Now over to La Liga. In La Liga, Getafe face Villarreal. Real Betis are at home against Osasuna, while Barcelona face Espanyol. In the Serie A, in the Italian Serie A, Fiorentina face Cagliari. Genoa are up against Napoli. Atlanta are in the home game with Sampdoria clash. Bologna plays Sassuolo. Roma face Parma, while Torino clash with Brescia. Now, Manchester City and Juventus have moved ahead of Barcelona in the pursuit of Wolves' Spanish winger Adama Traore. Traore have had a fantastic season for Wolves as they push for the top 4 finish. Whilst Chelsea are now favourites to sign Bayer Leverkusen forward Kai Havertz, the 21-year-old has a price tag of more than $110 million, which is a huge pull-off for some of the big clubs in Europe. Havertz could replace Jorginho, who is expected to join Juventus. Borussia Dortmund have set Manchester United a 10 August deadline to complete the signing of England winger Jadon Sancho. Sancho, who has also been linked with Real Madrid, looks set to join United ahead of next season. Now, 3 English Premier League teams, Arsenal, West Ham and Everton, are interested in 23-year-old Athletic Bilbao and Spain defender Unai Nunes. Mikel Arteta's Gunners are likely to be favourites to sign the defender as they rebuild for next season. Now, Barcelona president Josep Bartomeu has indicated that they are unlikely to re-sign Brazil forward Neymar from Paris Saint-Germain this summer. The Barca president has been under immense pressure as they also had to convince stakeholders that star player Lionel Messi is not going anywhere. Now over to some rugby news. Zimbabwe women's rugby player DEBRA TETERAI is now based in Poland, and although she moved there for studies, the game is still very much part of her life. The former girls' high student has spoken exclusively to ZTN about the level of the game in that country.
Poland rugby, it is well sponsored compared to Zimbabwe rugby, where only the men's side, they are the ones who are fully sponsored, and on the ladies' side, we are left behind, and because of this, not many tournaments are being held for the ladies.
Now, TETERAI is generally concerned about the lack of support for the women's game. She believes with more funding, the game could rise in Zimbabwe.
There's a lot that needs to be done in Zimbabwe rugby in support of women's rugby so that it can meet international standards. Firstly, by making sure that they get sponsorship, especially on the women's 15 side, making sure that they get more time to play games so that they can be able to play with other regions.
So how did TETERAI go against the grain and play a sport that is regarded by some in Zimbabwe as too physical?
People from outside, they view it as rough and tough, but once you're part of C, you see that there is more to it. So my family, because of their support during all the years that I've been playing rugby, they don't only see it as being rough and tough, but it is a thinking game, and it can actually help someone to grow mentally and build connections. So they view me in a positive light, just as a person who loves rugby, and they support me so much.
give you the trending and exciting stuff on social media.
To everyone back home, Patrick and I would just like to say, keep strong, stay safe. I know it's been a really tough time during lockdown. Some of your parents probably have, gone out of work. You guys haven't been going to school. It's probably been really tough on you mentally and physically. Patrick and I have some suggestions on how we've been getting through. So obviously with our rowing, we've been exercising a lot, and that gives us, confidence in ourselves when we've done something during the day. You're not really allowed to go outside and interact with people. We've also been FaceTiming our friends, which is,
just keeping social basically.
It's been keeping us sane in that sense. So yeah, stay fit. Try and message your friends, FaceTime them. Also try new things, like Patrick and I have been learning how to cook, which has been a new experience for us.
Not the best at first.
So yeah, just overall, just stay safe, keep well.
You are watching the weird and wacky here on Sports Daily. Now, a guy from Lord knows where showing us some great football skills. Definitely he's going to have some hard time there trying to sit and stand up after that ball did some stuff. Now, Presnel Kimpembe is a French professional footballer who plays as a defender for Paris Saint-Germain and the French national team. Here's how kids can learn some math skills.
1 plus 1, 2. 2 plus 2, 4. 4 plus 4, 8. 8 divisé par 8, 1. 8 plus 8, 16. 16 plus 16, 32. 32 moins 16, 16. 16 divisé par 2, 8. 8 fois 8, 64. 64 moins 10, 54. 54 moins 10, 44. 44 moins 10, 34. 44 moins 10, 24. 24 moins 10, 14. 14 moins 10, 4. 4 moins 4, 0.
We are the best. 5. We are... Okay, let me not do that. I'm not good. Now, taking a diet is a tough thing, and your personal trainer has trust issues if you don't watch your eating.
Hey, blood! You don't come in there, bro! What's this, cuz? Blood, I give you a diet plan and a workout plan for the lockdown, cuz. What's this? Really, you don't want that. Let's go, bro! Bro, why, man? Bro, hey! No, not the coke, bro. Please, not the coke, please, bro. No, not the coke, man. What's this? Chicken chest. I'll give you a workout plan. Bro, you're moving OTT, man. Give me some plan. 1, 2, 3. Get that thing there, cuz. Come on, boy. Down, man. Come on, bro. Let's work. Bro, it's OTT, man.
There's a reason why they call them personal trainers. They are personal, uptight and close. They make sure that you are following that diet. Now, the following clip is of a guy who is trying to impress this lady who is literally next to her. Check this out. The shy. I feel so sorry for him. Now remember, you're watching Sports Daily here on ZTN. You can follow us on Twitter. We are at ZTN News. Our Facebook page is Zimpapers TV Network. YouTube on ZTN is what you ZTN on YouTube. And lastly, you can check out more content on our website, which is www.ztn.co.zw. And when we come back, we'll be speaking about football.
Coronavirus is a threat to all humanity. It has killed over 350,000 people so far, and many others are in quarantine away from their loved ones. We are fortunate to be alive, but no one knows how and when the virus will strike closer to home. You and I are each other's keeper. With winter upon us, let's ensure that none of us will be exposed to the elements that make us vulnerable to COVID-19. Let's help those in need by contributing to the Zimpapers COVID-19 Fund. The proceeds will go towards equipping underdeveloped health centers and communities. To contribute, Dial or SMS the following numbers on your screen. Remember, if we stand together, we win together.
Remember, you are watching Sports Daily here on ZTN. Now, US-based Zimbabwe defender Tendai JIRIRA, produced by Zimbabwe's Friendly Academy, believes he has what it takes to play for the Warriors if given the chance. The Detroit City player's statements come at a time when Zimbabwe coach Zdravko Lugarusic has been on record saying he's watching footage of potential national team players. Zdravko believes by doing so, he will get an understanding of the players' technical abilities. Now, already there has been a debate on the team's lack of depth in central defense. JIRIRA, who is 28, spoke to ZTN from his base in the US about his chances.
I'm very interested in playing for the national team. Obviously, for me, it'll be a dream come true. Just because it's been something I've always wanted to do, being able to represent my country. And I think my chances of that happening are high. Just have to be patient, and hopefully the opportunity will present itself.
One of Zimbabwe's best players to play in the US was former Dynamo striker Vitalis Takawera. But unlike Takawera, who played at the highest level in the US, JIRIRA is in the lower divisions. So how competitive is the National Independent Soccer Association?
For City FC, the team I play for, plays in the NISA League, which is National Independent Soccer Association. And yes, it is very, very competitive. My coach, actually, Trevor James, he's been a very influential person in my career so far in elevating my game. He has coached, the likes of Beckham. You've seen the Eto'os, you've seen the Messis, the Drugbas. So he's seen the game, and I'm sure with his guidance, it's going to be an easier route for me to go play in Europe.
Now, JIRIRA is now 28 and has focused more on his academic studies over the years. So what is the background story of this defender?
So I got a soccer scholarship to play at University of Northwestern Ohio, and that was the time when I was at Friendly Academy in Zimbabwe. And I did my 4 years, got my bachelor's degree in business administration, and right after that I started playing semi-professional for AFC Ann Arbor, which is in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I played for them 1 year. And then the following year, I joined Cincinnati Lions, which is a PDL team, Premier Developmental League. Played for them two years, and then ended up joining Detroit City FC.
Well, interesting background story there from the defender. Now, one well-known Zimbabwean footballer playing in the US is former Dynamos and Warriors goalkeeper Tatenda Mkuruwa. So, have the two been in touch, and what have they learned from each other?
I've been in touch with Tatenda Mkuruwa. It's funny how we met, actually. I didn't even know he was playing here, and after one of our games, he come to me and starts speaking Shona. And I'm like, what? This guy is here. Like, it was funny. But yeah, we've been close since then. We've been chatting since then, and obviously we play against each other. So when it's time for work, it's time for work. But outside of that, I feel we've learned that we're both competitive, we're both very motivated, we both have ambitions, we both have a drive, and we want to be at the highest level. So we have that in common.
With JIRIRA and teammates back in training after the forced COVID-19 break, the immediate goal will be to get back into shape. So what are the short-term goals for the Zimbabwean defender?
We have Invitational Cup that's coming up, the Independent Cup, which is in end of July, and obviously hoping to win that. And I'm also looking forward to our season, which starts beginning of August. If all goes well, and also definitely want try to play for the national team.
Well, that's all we had for today here on Sports Daily. Is back again tomorrow for another rundown of what's happening in the sporting world. My name is Lance Yande. Remember to stay true to yourself in 2020. Thanks for watching.